Operation Freedom Earth, Pleiadian Light Forces. Planetary Crown Chakra opens. Channeled by Michael Love. A message of hope and love for the starseeds of Earth that comes directly from the Pleiadians. Prelude. Down through the eons of time, the Pleiadians have always been a guiding light for the beings of Earth, bringing clarity and hope to this world. The following information is derived from direct, decoded etheric transmissions from benevolent light forces docked in Earth's solar system, and some of the data comes directly from inside Earth Alliance members known as the Great White Brotherhood. An interesting note. The most recent stream of Earth Alliance intel came in around 14 Earth days ago and contained the word crown, in regards to the crown chakra, numerous times. The Earth Alliance reports that large numbers of crown chakra activations have been occurring recently, among the starseeds of Earth. The data presented here is coded in a special way so it applies personally to everyone who receives it. This information will have a special personal meaning for you and be as if we are speaking just to you. Great peace and love to all beings of the Earth. Begin transmission. Great One. Near the end of year 2018, light forces in Earth's solar system deployed an all-out planetary liberation operation, dubbed as Operation Freedom Earth. In the first few hours of this incredible galactic operation, Special Delta Security Forces destroyed and removed a major artificial device called a Dyson sphere from Earth's solar system. This nefarious, quantum device has literally blocked all access from Earth to the fifth dimension for the last 400,000 years. Another Special Light Forces mission dubbed as Operation Masterpiece involved deflecting large amounts of high vibrational gamma light from the galactic core, off of Earth's sun, down to the surface of the planet, for the purpose of activating Strand 4 and 5 of dormant Earth starseed DNA. The goal of this mission was to raise the atomic vibrational resonance of starseed DNA so they would be able to consciously perceive the fifth dimensional level. There was a very real news event that occurred at the beginning of Operation Masterpiece, where every solar observatory on Earth recorded very clear and detailed photos and video of Light Forces craft performing this specific light deflection operation, near the Sun. Light Forces have been 100% successful in beaming this light to Earth over the last 3 Earth years, and every powerful gamma blast coming from the galactic core has been measured, recorded and documented to date, by both the Earth Alliance and all Earth space weather agencies. While benevolent galactics in our solar system did the tech work to assist in raising the vibration of Earth, getting the light here was only half the battle. This high-frequency scalar light had to be anchored to the crystalline grid of planet Earth to be stored here for the purpose of raising the consciousness levels of all beings on Earth. The only practical way to achieve this was, for living light forces on the ground, to use their very bodies as receptacles and repositories of light, holding large amounts of cosmic light in their bodies, then anchoring this light to the Earth grid. The new 5D light grid on the surface emanates a scalar light wave which is tuned to the Hertz frequency of the 4th and 5th strands of DNA. Recent Earth Alliance intel confirms. This 5th dimensional energy field is now fully anchored and stored in the planet's crystalline grid, and this 5D vibrational field is fully accessible from Earth, for the first time in modern history. A tale of two timelines. A timeline occurs only when the one who observes, perceives it or manifests it. Simply said, a timeline is a manifested physical perception. Some may call it a manifested reality, however reality is a strong word. Perceived reality may describe it better. A timeline is the sole production of its observer, and its perceived content is the result of the vibrational frequency of the observer. A timeline manifestation is a pure quantum physical process, and this manifested perceived reality resonates at an exact frequency. The frequency of a timeline falls within the range of frequency of a specific dimension. With all this said, there are two very distinct and obvious timelines, aka realities, vibrations or dimensions occurring right now on planet Earth. The first timeline is the artificial 3D mind matrix timeline. This timeline resonates at 7.8 Hz frequency, maximum. The 3D timeline has been the dominant frequency on the surface for the last 400,000 years. 3D is a very low vibration, its content is dense and harsh, and its energy is toxic to starseeds. It's important to say that the 3D matrix does not include nature, or anything natural for that matter. The goal of the 3D matrix is to maintain a low vibration, and this is why nature and natural things have no place in 3D. It's because nature and the earth itself already vibrate extremely high. The other timeline present on the surface now is very new and only appeared recently, due to the evolution of starseed consciousness on Earth. The new 5D gamma timeline resonates between 40 to 100 Hz and is the gamma state of consciousness. The gamma state of being is a state of perfection and bliss, known as heaven. This state of consciousness only manifests energies of pure love, peace, joy, abundance, health, and freedom. The fifth dimension is where the star seeds of Earth originated from, and this is the divine home they are returning to. Here is a primer on the Pleiadian mechanics of multidimensionality. Every being exists in all 12 dimensions right now and right here. This is the first premise of multidimensionality. Since you always exist in all dimensions, you can't leave a dimension, as in leaving 3D to go to 5D. Dimensions exist in the same time-space. 3D and 5D both exist now and here. As we said, you exist already in both of these, however one is usually more conscious of the dimension they most resonate with. It is possible to be fully aware, consciously, of 2 or more dimensions. This level of multidimensionality is very advanced, but it shall happen for you in time. Before one attains this level of conscious mastery, what happens is this. The dimension you resonate with most becomes dominant in perception to the point where the others seem to cease existing, but in reality, they are still there. Powerful energies sent to Earth over the last 3 years have now caused the second timeline, the gamma timeline, to become completely stable on the surface. For the first time in modern history, 2 fully accessible timelines are running simultaneously on planet Earth. Great one. Now that we have discussed the 2 timelines on Earth, let's talk about the beings on the surface. Remember, conscious being creates the timeline, and this is done by resonation. Furthermore, under the laws of universal quantum physics, the being or the observer must choose a reality by aligning with it vibrationally. Also, the only thing one dimension has in common with another is the being that is present within them, in the same time-space. The being or the consciousness is the only thing that is a variable here. Consciousness is the variable because its rate of frequency can change. With that said, it's very important to understand this primary premise of vibration and frequency. In this universe, things that vibrate at different frequencies are opposed, in the strongest way. The old 3D matrix still resonates at 7.8 Hz. As an Earth starseed, and due to the recent evolution of your consciousness, your new personal atomic vibration is resonating in the range of 21 to 40 Hz. This is the 4th dimension, by the way, and if you resonate closer to 40 Hz, you are about to shift completely into 5D. If you have noticed, Great One, you have lost almost all resonation with the lower vibrational timeline. 3D things, even things that seemed so wonderful a year or 2 ago, don't seem so wonderful now. Your being absolutely no longer resonates with the low vibe 3D matrix, and this is what is supposed to happen as you evolve and ascend. If this is the case in your evolution, then that old timeline will seem quite repulsive to you naturally now, and you will earnestly seek to move away from it towards something higher and better. You see, Great One, the dimensions have not changed or even split, they have remained constant. You are the variable that has changed. Another key strand of your DNA has been activated. Your consciousness has evolved drastically over the last few Earth years, and you are ready to move to the next level. Whether you have been fully aware of it to this point, you recently ascended up drastically, and it would be difficult for you to resonate where you once were. The number one question we hear during this great time on Earth is, will things ever return to normal? Here is the highest Pleiadian answer to this question. The old normal for you as a starseed, even the comfortable old normal, is now completely out of resonance with your being, and it is gone for good. Wise counsel says, process it all and quickly let it go. Since that timeline is now totally out of resonance with your current, higher vibration, it will repel from you in the strongest way according to the laws of the universe. Wise counsel also says, be very aware of what is happening here and do not attempt, for any reason, including fear or trying to stay comfortable, to lower your vibration and go backwards down the ascension ladder. Out of years of habit, comfort, survival fears and 3D matrix programming, the first inclination is to try to move forward, but by doing things the old ways we are used to. There is no comfort or joy in trying to return to what no longer exists, and in fact, this will produce the exact opposite of comfort because one would be totally out of vibrational alignment. The good news is, within the change that is being presented to you right now, there is a new level of comfort that far exceeds what you have known to this point. It is waiting for you now, and there is so much more. However, the Pleiadians have said, to get to it quickly, a bit more is required, so we all must pay attention. Something much, much larger than one can imagine is requiring you to move on up the ascension ladder now. It is also requiring a higher level of mastery for you to walk through the doorway to heaven. Assuming that your consciousness has evolved to a level close to 5D now and the 3D matrix no longer has resonance with you, and assuming the 5D grid is indeed accessible from Earth right now. There is one last universal requirement for 5D entry. Dimensions are locked in a quantum way to keep everything in its place, so you will need a sort of quantum password or key to get through the portal to 5D. Before we give you this key, we need to establish specific exit and entry points and make sure everything is online and ready for this dimensional transfer. You will literally be docking your light body ship to the 5D entryway located at the lower boundary of the 5th dimension. This 5th dimensional entryway resonates at exactly 40 Hz and is located in the barrier between 4 and 5D. This boundary is like a supergalactic dimensional filter that will only allow certain vibrations to pass through. This boundary is referred to by the mystics as the veil or the great void or chasm. The doorway and the key. Great one. Something magnificent has happened. It just happened around 14 days ago. You finally did it. On your ascension journey, and due to the great work you have done, plus a bit of help recently from the light, you have raised the Kundalini energy through each of your 7 body chakras up to the top of your head, to the crown chakra. What's more, this crown chakra has now fully opened, and within its secrets is the ascension. The opening of this portal is so amazing it defies all human knowing. The mystics teach that when everything is ready, this crown chakra opens over a period of weeks, and a profound experience is had when it occurs. When it first happens, and is fully realized, the body, the mind and the emotions enter into a state of shock for a time, until they catch up with what is happening. The Pleiadians know very well that the entrance to the 5th dimension is a magnetic gateway that travels through the portal of the sun. In the ancient writings of the Hindu mystics of Lemuria, it is written, "The sun portal is the last door you shall open on earth." This is the crown chakra they speak of, and it is the doorway to heaven. The Great White Brotherhood teachings say, within the Merkaba light body ship, at the dome is the crown door, which is the entry point and exit point of the soul, in and out of the body. The ancient writings go on to say, "And we shall travel through the 7th door, past the sun, on to heavenly realms." The crown chakra is the door to freedom, and it is your exit point out of the 3D matrix, on upward to the 5th dimension. Now let's speak down to earth. Where is the password or the secret key? How does this really work? Do I have to meditate? Here is the key, and the only key to unlock the door. The universe has closed all the doors to the lower realms for you now. That world is gone, but at the same moment, over the last few months and weeks, the universe has shown you something new. This new thing and new life is very different and may be a bit hard to accept at first, because it is so unknown. Within this new thing that you might have been resisting or trying to push away, lies your escape to freedom and something way beyond any comfort you have ever known. The secret key and the password to jump onto this new higher timeline and into this new 5D reality is simply this. You are required to show strong faith and courage, to surrender and let go of the old and make the leap to the next level or the next dimension. The level of faith and courage required by you right now is a level beyond what you have exercised before. To travel through the crown portal into the 5th dimension, you simply must surrender trying to hold on to lower things that are gone, have faith that the universe is going to make an awesome way for you quickly, and have the courage to embrace this change and simply jump and take the quantum leap. There is no other key to the higher realms than this, and every great mystic who has traveled across the great void will tell you the same. You see, advanced spiritual concepts are always present to you in a down-to-earth way. However, you must see the writing on the wall and take the appropriate action when it appears. Moving towards what the universe is showing you by exercising faith, courage, and excitement is the secret to alignment with the higher timeline. This type of energy fully opens the crown chakra, which is the divine doorway to freedom, joy, peace and all abundance. Ask yourself, what is the universe showing you to do, right now? What is the opportunity that's been presented to you recently? Do you need to move to a new location? Do you need to change relationships? Do you need to change jobs or professions? What major life change are you being called to make at this time? If you are able to see what has happened inside of you recently and see what is happening around you, you will realize there is nothing to fear and that letting go and fully embracing the change which is before you, is the correct choice. You have a timeline in place that you resonate with, however you must align yourself with it for everything to quickly make its vibrational correction. The divine energy of Sahasrara chakra from the Pleiadian masters. The Hindu mystics of old teach that the crown or Sahasrara means thousand-pointed or infinite chakra. The Sahasrara is located at the top of the head and is also known as the crown or corona chakra. It is known as the doorway of the soul and connects to heavenly realms. It is the travel way of the ascended master. This crown chakra only opens when all other chakras are fully open. It creates a strong connection with the Supreme Self. The awakening of the crown chakra means a universal flow of energy and spiritual enlightenment. When the Sahasrara chakra door activates, a delayed but very profound experience occurs in consciousness. It is the literal feeling of preparing to move from one world to another. It brings a strong emotion of letting go of the old and also joy of transformation. There is a powerful realization that a major shift has indeed occurred, inside. It is said that when the time comes for Sahasrara to open, a being moves from mortal realms, ascending up to take their rightful place with the archangels. The chakra energy portals located in your light body vehicle are multi-dimensional doorways and travel ways to the 12 dimensions of this universe. Of course, keeping all light body chakra portals open and spinning in the right direction requires a high level of spiritual practice and ritual. All things that are high vibrational can be used to keep chakras in optimal condition, including being in nature every day, practicing daily meditations, doing sacred prana breathwork, listening to high vibe music, creating art, observing and understanding sacred geometry, gaining higher and more ancient knowledge, ingesting only raw light natural energy foods and pure water. Expose your auric field to monatomic scalar crystal energy. Practice healthy self-love and self-respect. Just back up from it all for a moment. Take a time out, ponder on it all and you will become balanced. At this time you must be courageous and trust the universe. Surrender and let go and just follow the path it's showing you. That is the message. Great one. As light forces proceed with the benevolent missions of Project Freedom Earth and as the crown chakras of billions of Earth starseeds open, great transformations are occurring all across the Earth as everyone aligns with their resonant timeline. What is coming for you is much bigger than what you have known, so look for the signs. They are all around you. Follow only that path. It's time to sail ever higher as we move closer into the 5th dimension and to our heaven on earth. Let us know if any new opportunities have showed up in your world recently and feel free to share how you feel about these potential life changes. Also let us know how you are doing on your grand ascension journey. Thank you for all you are doing and for coming to Earth at this time to assist humanity. Godspeed. Michael and the Pleiadians. 5DEarthProject.com. Special credit and acknowledgement to the Earth Alliance, the Great White Brotherhood and the White Dragon Society. A recommended source for high vibrational monatomic and Dara crystals. AndaraEnterprise.com.